So here's the deal. Today I have band practice. Problem is, I live in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and we practice in Laramie, Wyoming. So I have to get ready by making sure that we're not going to die on the highway there. It's snowy outside, but luckily it's warming up and it's not looking too bad. I'm just looking at the highway conditions. I'm looking at the webcams. Make sure there's not like a lot of blowovers. A lot of time in Wyoming, going from Cheyenne to Laramie, there's trucks, semi-trucks that are like turned over upside down and trashed. Everything's good. Hey man, we are good to go. Let's go ahead and meet at our place. Alright. The Will's here.
Hello.
Will comes from Broomfield.
Yep.
And he brought stuff.
Yeah.
Alright, we're heading to Laramie. Say hi, Will. Jenny.
Hi.
As we're coming close to Laramie, we're about to hit the highest point along I-80, and that point is, we call it Lincoln's Head, but it's the Abraham Lincoln Monument on I-80, because this used to be the Lincoln Highway, so it's right up on this hill. There it is. Good news is, the highways are great. They're amazing. So now we're going to reward ourselves with some Taco Johns. Okay, I would like 3 6-packs and a pound, a fried chicken taco, a meat and potato burrito, number 8 with Diet Coke, and I believe that will be it.
Alright, total comes to $61.72 for you, the first window.
Sure. Now we get whatever $60+ worth of food looks like. Okay.
Thank you.
This is what I needed though, is a fucking Taco John's feast.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're heading to the drummer's house for our practice spot, and he lives kind of in the middle of nowhere. There's not really a lot of stuff around for 15 miles, so it's a good time. Because of the ice and the snow, there's no way to turn around down there, so what I'll have to do is kind of like back up all the way down there on the ice in my Kia Soul, and then I'll be positioned so I can leave. So I think with all the equipment we have, the backup method is the best way. He said I need to be really careful, because if I go off the path, I'm basically hosed. This is us in the middle of nowhere. Alright, fast food and fast music and then hangout time. So with COVID and living in 3 different cities, how frustrating is that sometimes?
It's not too bad. Only because for me, it allows me the flexibility to have the family time I need, and everyone comes to me, so I'm pretty flexible to their schedules because I know that's a pain in the butt for everyone else to travel.
Commuting for band practice is nice sometimes. It's an hour and a half alone to kind of get myself ready and prepare mentally. Sometimes the time, if I'm excited before I leave, the time in the car kind of brings that down, like taking a pot of water off the stove instead. But overall, it's not too bad. It doesn't take too long, and it's a nice time to like decompress and just look out and listen to music or try to warm up my voice, practice vocally.
I don't know if this is the hardest part about being in a band, but is maybe the hardest part about this band is that Will and Seneca have all been in a band for the better part of a decade now. And I've been around, but like now I'm like joining the fold, and they all have like this musical rapport, and I haven't quite figured out how to flow with it yet. And I mean, I'll get there, but right now I think with practices every 2 months, it's a little bit trickier to get there.
It's usually fun when you can actually go out and play, which is nice. And it's kind of weird. Laramie doesn't have good venues. We have bars that make venues. So it's always kind of a weird struggle, or house shows, which always feel a little awkward. But people are generally pretty cool, and when folks come out, it's really fun.
Obviously, weather can be a big thing. If it is super snowy and stuff outside, then it's going to be harder for me to get to Cheyenne or Laramie, and Seneca to get to Laramie from Cheyenne. And
Dealing with the band and only doing it every few months right now, I don't feel like the band has any expectations for me, which is okay in some ways, but it's also it's hard to know what they need from me. So I'll just kind of riff.
I'm the one that doesn't have to pack everything up and get in a car. It's just a matter of scheduling and just not worrying about it, I guess. For me, it's not frustrating because I don't put a lot of expectations on it. I think the expectations are based on wanting to play and being excited to play. And everyone wants to play and is excited to play. So I'm generally not frustrated by that.
So, if you were to ask me, is it frustrating to live in different cities and then only being able to play every couple of months together? I would say, yeah, it's a little frustrating. A lot of that, though, is that coulda, shoulda, woulda. Like, what would happen if we all lived in the same place, at the same house, and just played music for like a month straight and recorded it? We could have the most amazing album. But you know what? That's not what the cards dealt. So what do we have? That goes back to the original question. What's it like to be in a band in Wyoming? Well, I get to share in beautiful moments with some of the greatest people in the world. I have fun. I get to play guitar on stage when we have shows. And I just get to experience something that a lot of people don't get to experience. And no, we're not going to tour the world, and you're not going to see us in your town anytime soon. That's not in the cards for us. But how fortunate are we to just be able to play music and have belly aching fast food and just good fun conversation and just go into nerd stuff. You really can't ask for anything more than that. So what's it like to be in a band in Wyoming? It's pretty awesome.
So if you need me, I'll be right.